Aha! Greetings, people. Some great questions about assessment task 1. And so let's have a walk through it because I'm sure that this will help you. Now, always consider the intention of the task. This is a scaffolding task that's to get you to think about yourself and who you are and how you've become who you are. Lots of people don't take time to think about that. And it's a really good thing, age appropriate, stage appropriate, to do it in schools. And depending on your students and how old they are, what they're into, would depend how they would answer these sorts of questions in their own right. But for you people, this is about you nailing who you are. Who are you bringing to this teaching? Yeah? So, task 1, 2,000 words, yes. And here we go. So, blah, 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 educator in a culturally diverse, cosmopolitan, 21st century global community. I have to use that language because that's prescriptive. That was given to me, but let's unpack it to something a bit more useful. Yeah? So, first step, thinking about your identity as a teacher, visit a national cultural institution, find an artwork that reflects your beliefs about your role in school settings and describe your reason for choice. So find an artwork that speaks to you and says, oh man, yeah, this is a representation of who I think I am. And it may be 2 artworks, it may be 3 artworks. Well, use them all, if you know, because we're complex creatures, so you can have a complex answer. And let's see, remember, this is not a psychology test. There's no trick work here. It's really straight up front. Just absolutely nail it because this is about you. This is not about some amazing way to rob you of points or whatever. I don't know. It really is. Don't overthink it. It's straightforward. So then the next thing is that you need another artwork or artworks that you feel demonstrate cultural diversity for school settings. Yeah? Perfect. And then you've got to describe how the Victorian arts curriculum can utilise cultural institutions. So your visit, you've found this stuff out. How can cultural institutions support education? Yeah, in integrated communities or for understanding cultural diversity. And conclude your essay by describing the responsibilities of an educator in a culturally diverse 21st century global community, blah, blah, blah. Conclude your essay by describing the responsibilities of an educator in this modern, culturally inclusive world. Yeah, it's pretty simple. So let's have a look. Your identity it can be anything. It can be a range of things, but pick those things and speak to it. Yeah, nail it. Yes. Cultural identity, teacher, blah blah blah. Now, response including reflections on the audience. Yeah. References to the curriculum. Yeah. Referencing APA 6 referencing. Now, these things were set in concrete. I have to make them work, even though in this instance, they're not exactly what I would have chosen for criteria. The first thing is 1,500 words, blah, blah, blah. No, it is 2,000 words, and I shall fix this in the rubric later. But it's 2,000 words written in a flowing style that just talks about your story, talks about what you want to say here. Evaluate and interpret my identity as a teacher and my beliefs about my role in school settings and the reasoning why I've chosen these artworks. Too easy. I like what could I have gained, how could I have gained more marks? Read that because that will tell you if you feel you could do a bit more or you don't want to do a bit more. It doesn't matter. This is your treasure map for marks. So then, using the second artwork, what are the implications for cultural diversity in a school setting and describe how this relates to modern communities. Yeah? Response to the question with reference to the role of being a teacher, cultural diversity, identity, and modern settings. So that's pretty straightforward. Let's see, let's go here. This middle one, characterize the implications of cultural diversity in a school setting. So what is cultural diversity in a school setting? Is there bullying? Is there a specific predominant culture? Or is it a soup kitchen? Is it a melting pot where people should be capable of exchanging views and ideals, and that it becomes a much richer textile for living as a global community? Yeah. So, write what you think about that. Response including reflections on audience of F to 6 students, so foundation to 6, year 6 students, parents and teachers, and on cultural organisations' capacity to impact on education. Really simple. Don't overthink this. So I found this artwork that reflects who my identity and my thinking of how I believe I could be as a teacher. I found this other artwork that reflects cultural diversity. Now, in terms of the artwork and the organisation, whatever cultural organisation you've chosen, how does that fit with foundation to year 6 students? Yeah. How does that fit with parents? How does that fit with other teachers? And how successful is the cultural organisation putting forward this vehicle for community education, for education in general? Now, education in general is culture building, but specifically go to the curriculum and find out in the curriculum, like where can I include cultural activities? Where can I include historical events, geographical events, people from other countries? How does this tie together? And just clip out those bits with the code with them as the evidence, as you'll see in the next bit. Reference to the Victorian curriculum F to 10. Yeah? So each of the arts area, and we have here dance, drama, visual art, media arts, and music. Each of those has 4 strands. The 4 strands are explore and express, practice, whatever the area is, present and perform, respond and interpret. So all you need to do is choose, in this case, choose 2. I'll choose dance and music, or I'll choose drama and visual art, or drama and media arts. Choose 2 and specifically, explicitly state, yeah, what you can do with this artwork and this notion of either visiting the gallery or bringing, having visited the gallery, bringing a teaching learning idea back to your students. Yeah, how are they going to explore and express it in 2 or more areas? How are they going to practice it? What are you going to ask them to do? How are they going to present and perform it? Oh, when they're finished practicing, they're going to show the other classmates. Oh, perfect, or the whole school. How are they going to respond and interpret? So how are they considering this stuff? Basically, it means, what is the use of the cultural institution in terms of educating and building culture? Yeah? Once again, don't overthink it. This is a scaffolding exercise. And the last bit, APA 6 referencing, do the best that you can with that. Yeah. So from whatever artworks you're getting, from the curriculum, try to do that. So I hope this helps to clear it up a bit more for you for your assignment 1. Thanks heaps, and speak again soon. Okay. Bye.